Hello everyone. Most of you who are watching this video now probably already know me, but because this is my very first YouTube video, I thought I'd introduce myself first. My name is Magdalena and I run the shop Mansorah Atelier. And in there I sell traveler's notebooks like this one, ring binders recently, like these two here. And also I've been selling folios for quite a while. All of these are handmade by me. They are hand stitched. Everything is made by me. It's a one woman show here. So I recently added quite a few new leathers, and also I'm very happy currently with my own personal setup. So I thought I'd use this opportunity to make a video and show and tell what is new, what I'm using, etc. So it's probably going to be a bit of a longer video, so grab your favorite beverage and lean back, and if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. For now, I want to start with this little guy. He's brand new. The leather is the Kahawa. By far one of my very favorites that I have in the shop, and there's nothing in here yet, nothing written, and I intend on using it just for notes that are not needed permanently, you know, that you can just write down and toss after it's done. That's why in here I have just some cheap lined paper from Amazon, some blank paper, and also a differently lined paper. And what I really love about ring binders is that you can create these layers, you know. So in here, for example, there's a plant. I'm not sure if the English name is the same. In German it's called falsche Kamille, which would mean false chamomile, and I collected that. I glued it onto the paper and then I laminated it. And over here you have a card from a good friend of mine. She also has a shop. It's called fraubiber.de, and in there she sells stickers, and also recently she added these wonderful little cards, and I think they're absolutely amazing. Over here you have the month, the dates, and she picked out matching plants for each month. So let me show you. Here's the rest. So this one was May, then July, August, September, October, November. I love this one, and December. And I think they are so cool. You can write important things for each month on the back of it, even things that are important for every year. Each month, you know, returning appointments and things like that. So I think they are so cute, absolutely wonderful. Then I think there's nothing else. Oh, there's a little picture of my dog, and I recently got this picture printer because I was kind of sad that I just kept my pictures in my phone and never really, you know, make the effort to get them developed and so on. So I wanted something that was quick and convenient, and I chose this one. I'm actually quite satisfied with the quality of the pictures. I'm not sure how well the camera picks it up right now, but I really like them. Here's another one of my dog and I that I thought was really cute, so I printed it and just put it in here. So here's the next dashboard. That one is just a sticker. It's not a real plant. It's a clear sticker that I just put on there and then laminated it. There's also a different picture that I took of some plant in the woods. And here's just my business card. I just like that you can basically hole punch anything and everything and put it in there. I really enjoy that about ring binders, which is also why I'm very happy currently in this big A5. So that one It is a big boy, chunky one. No. And it's a bit dusty, but never mind. This one is currently my brain and really essential for me for work. I took some things out for privacy purposes, but everything in here I just want to quickly show you. Yeah, so maybe let me start with the leather. This is a green match tanned leather from Tuscany. I have not released this collection yet, but I will soon. I think it's a very beautiful leather. You can tell how it's already starting to patina after a month of use. It's getting this nice shine, and it's in this size quite soft, which is why I lined it on the inside. So normally what I did in the past and what I still do for most covers is I have the raw hide visible, but for this one I realized after I made it that the binder needed more structure. The leather was too floppy. It was just not holding up very well. So after I added a second layer here, it was much better, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. I've been using it for a bit over a month straight now, and as I said, I'm very happy with it. I'm going to move out of it soon though, because I have something coming in the mail, but I hope it doesn't throw me too much of in a loop, you know, and I hope I don't lose my structure because I'm changing things up, but sometimes it's also fun to change things up. So yeah, let me just start out with the pockets maybe. I have my signature scalloped pocket here in the front. Then I added an additional secretarial pocket here, and then there's a big pocket here. So as you maybe are able to tell already, I really have a thing for vintage looking things. I think it's very cool, so I like to collect pictures and images like that wherever I can. This is a picture I also took myself. It's a postcard that you will get with ordering this leather. I always include a matching postcard for every cover that you buy, so I thought this green fern was quite fitting for this one. Yeah, let me just put that back in here. In the back here there's an actual notebook hidden. The cover is also made by me, and inside is just a Moleskine cahier pocket, the thin ones. And I think I'm going to say more about this one after I've finished introducing this. So in here there's also just a little card where you can write something on the back. It's also made by my friend Frau Bieber, and I think I love these so much. You know, they're pretty, they're not too expensive, and you can just jot down anything you want and need, and depending on how you feel, you can keep it or toss it. Yeah, so without feeling guilty about it, you know. It's not like you have to commit to a full-on notebook or something like that, you know. It's like a sticky note, but prettier. So yeah, I really like these, so I always keep some on hand. Yeah, here's just my business card. As I said, I really like the convenience of rings where you can just, you know, hole punch things and stick them in there. Then on here under the Uli clip, here's the first dashboard. It's also plants that I collected in the woods, and I dried them, and then after I laminated them and I put them in here. And I just think it looks pretty, you know. I like the vintagey, and I like the floral, and then like the natural, so yeah. In here is just I found that in a calendar, as you can see, so I just ripped out the page and laminated it. It's a quote that I really liked. It basically says the industry creates things for the body, but the art creates things for the soul. That really resonated with me. And in here I just have a list of inscriptions that I really like, because I recently got, not recently, it's a couple months ago that I got these letters where I can put inscriptions on the cover. This one here says "Free in her wilderness," and whenever I hear or see something that I really like, I just write it on here, and whenever I feel like adding an inscription to one of my covers or a new cover, I just add that later on. I can just, look in this list for references. But I keep that quite in the front because I don't have to write in it often, and I feel like it is, for me, it is nicer to keep the things that I need most in the middle, because then it is even out to write on them. So yeah, there's just some more paper. This is also a plant, more three plants that I collected in the woods. Here I keep a list that is currently not really updated, where I write down whenever something is about to be finished and I have to reorder it, because some of the things I order from the same place. So whenever I place an order for, let's say, fern, certain type of fern, I can reference if I need anything else from that place. So that helps me keep track of the inventory, but yeah, it needs to be updated. So here's my next section. The dashboard is thistles, the leaves of them. I really like how spiky and how wild they look. Here's also a photograph that I took in a place that I like to visit often. It's a bit hidden in the woods. It's a little lake, and I think it's such a pretty place, and I really like this image because of how mirrored it is. You could almost think this is just darkness at night and this is day, but it's just the mirrored sky that is a bit darker. Yeah. So here I keep a list of pre-orders without any details on the customer, just so I have in mind what leathers I have pre-orders on, and what sizes. So let me just skip that here. So here's another section. This was my horse, Mansorah, who Mansorah Atelier is named after in his much younger years. I think that was in 2015, so almost 10 years ago. Here's another card. I just wrote down some things that I had to get done that day. Nothing too exciting. Here's also just some vintage ephemera that I put in between here. Just I like having these little fun surprises in between the pages, even though they don't really serve a purpose, but not everything has to. So this is my dog. It's a black and white picture, so I hope it's not too... I hope you don't just see the camera, but I think you can see her. Also with a lake in the forest in the background. So yeah, here's also just some pretty paper. Here's a pocket where I can just tuck some things in. This is a plant that I just laminated. It also doesn't have a purpose other than making me happy, and that's purpose enough. So in here, in these zip pockets, I keep some vintage postcards that I think are pretty. This one is a bull from Camargue. Here's a letter a customer sent me a while ago, which made me super happy. Yeah, just, some fun little things. Another laminated plant. This image of these two men that I think are really cool. And the bee that I can do as an embossing. Just some things that when you don't know where to put them, at first you can put them in here. Actually, let me put that the other way, because I know it would bother me, because you can see it from the other side if they are upside down. Yeah. I really like these zip pockets because I think they're very convenient. I enjoy them. So in here, something where I'm currently looking for a spot to put them. These are old family pictures. So I don't want to show you all of them, but I can show you some of them. And I don't really know where to put them yet, so I just put them in here for now. And yeah, they're also, I like seeing them in there, you know. So over here we have a section for custom orders, and I can show you these because they don't contain any personal details. They are just printed out the custom order, what I have to make, and if they have a check, that means they're already done. And over here, this is also from ripped out of a calendar, and it says, without fitting material, the ideas of the artist would be trapped in their minds, which is just really fitting for working with leather, you know. Without the right leather, without the right material, your idea will not come to reality. So yeah, here is open custom orders. Over here is just a random note paper, I'm not sure why that is in there. Another plant. And here in the back I just keep a couple more of these cards because I really use them quite often, so I always have to have some on hand. Here is some pictures a customer sent me. There's another picture of my dog and I, and just a business card that I didn't know where else to put. And even though it's not necessary, but I really like these old cards, or these old maps that used to come with every binder that you got in school, you know, even the cheapest ones. At least that's how it was in Germany. They always came set up with a calendar and maybe even a calculator, and usually also some type of map. In this case it's Africa and France. And here's North America. I don't know, it's not like I reference them, but it just gives me some nostalgic feelings, you know, so that's why I like to keep them in there. Okay, as I said, I took some things out that have to do with billing and prices and stuff like that, so I just, that's what I am confident I can show you, so that's why I showed you. Full stop. Yeah, so that is my A5 binder. Now that is purely work, but let's maybe switch to this little guy. Let me just find a secure spot for the binder. So this one is a Moleskine daily, and if you follow me on Instagram, you're probably already sick and tired of me talking about the Moleskine daily, but it is the calendar that works best for me, period. Before I fell into the planner community rabbit hole, I used to use these Moleskine dailies before I started looking left and right. Very stable for many years, and then I just grabbed traveler's notebooks and ring binders, and everything went downhill from there. But this one, this year, it's the first time in a couple of years that I've returned to a Moleskine daily, and I've been so happy with it. I picked the green one because I think it goes really well with the undyed leather, and I'm surprised that this one doesn't have much patina yet compared to others. This one is not as old as this one, but for some reason this one doesn't pick up as much patina as I would like to, but then again it looks good, you know. So what I did for this one, I did not put a full pocket here, just put this leather strap, because it allows for the cover to be slimmer. It doesn't have to be as tall in order to slide the back in easily. And what I really like about the Moleskine is how effortless they are, you know, how minimalistic the covers are, how thin the soft covers are, and I just really like that, and I did not want to take away from that by adding a very bulky and big cover, so that's why I made this one very slim fit. So the way I use these is they have these timestamps on the side. So at the timestamp I write down if I have an appointment, and I write my to-dos around that. I don't want to show you everything in here because I'm not sure what else I wrote in there that I might not want to put on the internet. But yeah, it's June now that I'm filming this, and I'm still very happy with this one, a half a year in, and yeah, it's a great little book. I just wish the paper quality was a little bit better. I feel like it's still going downhill with Moleskine. Which brings me to this one. So this cover, I call it Mwezi, which is Kiswahili for... I'm sorry if you just heard my dog barking in the background. I don't know what that was. So I call this one Mwezi, which is Kiswahili for satellite, moon, or even month. And in here I have a notebook with little notes that I, sticky notes in here, anything that I just need to quickly jot down. And I use that in combination with this big planner because I obviously don't want to bring this wherever I go. I usually also don't bring this one, so this one is one that goes anywhere with me, so that's why I also just keep that in here when I'm at home, so I know where it is. And when I go, I just take it out and I have a place to write notes. I also might use this one in the future for that, though I'm not sure yet. I just wanted to make this one, honestly. I think it's very cool. Yeah, and regarding the leathers, I think it would be smart for me to tell you. You can tell that this one is a bit pebbly. This is the Leonardo in Undyed. It's also a leather from Tuscany, same as this one. I think these two even come from the same tannery. Yeah, they come from the same tannery. And this one is my Young Poet leather, the stable that I've had since the very beginning of my shop. And yeah, I added an ornamental stamp here. These stamps are from a bookbinding business, and they're already around 100 years old, and they bookbinding is unfortunately not much of a thing anymore, so you can find these leather stamps for quite a pricey price point. But I'm always lucky to find some that are in good condition and match my brand. I think it looks like it was made for going over my name, so for all my personal planners I always add this little ornament now because I think it looks really, really cool. So yeah, that's it calendar wise, I think. Now let's move on to the journal front, which is a bit messy. Actually, it's not that messy, but I really like pocket covers. You can also see a bigger ornamental stamp here, which I think looks so cool on this trifold. Yeah, but I really like pocket-sized notebooks. I've liked them for a couple of years now, and I always see myself going back there, especially for journaling, because I think I have a quite small handwriting, so I am always happy when I'm able to fill pages fairly quickly and I don't have to write forever on a page or leave half the page empty, so it just works well for me. So this green leather is the same one as the big binder. It's also the newish leather that I'm going to add to the shop soon. I'm not sure why everything is so dusty here right now. You can tell there's already quite a few scratches here, but they blend in nice and easily with time. They were quite deep, and I was quite happy that they were in the back. But yeah, with a little time and use, I'm pretty sure they are going to fully disappear. And also here you can see it's starting to get this beautiful shine that we want from a veg tanned leather. I just love this leather. I'm so glad I found it. And I'm also glad I found it because it is perfect for trifolds. It has the right sturdiness, it has the right flexibility, and it just looks so pretty. So I wanted to show you the other covers because I can't decide. Like I genuinely switch these up so often, but I keep the same setup. So this is the Kahawa, same as the one from the small binder, but you can tell it's already been used quite a bit. Some wrinkles, it's shinier, it's dusty. Yeah, I like it a lot. And this one in here is it's a folder, because I don't like the combination of green and green for the folder. So with the Kahawa I always use a green folder, and with this green leather I use an undyed folder. So let me show you the rest in a close-up view. This is the Leonardo undyed, also with the standard pockets. You might notice that I don't put pen loops, leather pen loops on my covers themselves. That's because I like the pen loops to be on the folder, so the pen sits nicely inside the cover and not awkwardly on the cover. And this one is my young poet Bohème with the style is called Bohème, or I call the style Bohème, with the leather border. And usually the Bohème would have a full-length back pocket, but for me that's too much leather, especially on the small cover like that. So that's why I just have one layer. For me that is enough. I like this a lot. I like the style a lot. I think it looks very classy. So now to the substantials. Let me just maybe slide that down a bit so I don't get any problems with, actually let me just take it out, with YouTube. So in here is just decoration. You see there's plants again, and in here this is a Rhodia booklet, and it is the exact same as a Moleskine booklet when it comes to the what's it called? So there's lines, just sorry, English is not my first language if you haven't noticed. So these are the same lines as they are in the Moleskine, which I really like. Okay, so you can tell that I like to collect plants because it's the second page I opened and found a plant inside. Here you go. But the paper quality with this one is 100% better. It's a really good paper quality. You can actually use a fountain pen in here. You can use watercolor, whatever. They are, I think, a bit more expensive. Actually, let me show you my page here. Okay, so it's getting a bit ridiculous with the plants. I'm sorry, but that's how my notebooks look. I did a pen test page in the back here, and as you can tell, it is wonderful. Moleskine is not even close to that, and I'm so happy I found these because it gave me back a lot of joy when it comes to journaling, when you can actually use a fountain pen and, you know, be a little fancy with your journaling. So this one is a folder, as I said. It just says, "Oh, simple things." Yeah. Again, the ornamental stamp that I already told you about. I think they look so elegant. Yeah, especially in combination with this pocket, I think they're beautiful. I don't prefer this pocket layout for practicality. I think it is really hard to decorate, but on its own I think it is really pretty, especially on the folder. I also really like that the edges here are one thickness compared to if you have this added pocket here where the edges are thicker here than here. But yeah, so in this notebook I just keep quotes that I read somewhere that I want to remember. I don't want to show you everything in here, but yeah, this is a booklet just for quotes, and I've used a booklet like that in almost every setup that I've had over the past 9 years since I started using traveler's notebooks, because I don't know, there's so much that I read and hear that I just want to remember. And in here we have a picture painted by Karen Blixen that I liked. This is the Midori passport cardboard folder. I've already had this also since 2015, so getting close to 9 years. Yeah, and also the zip insert with pictures of Mansorah. Yeah, back in the days, back in the days. And also more of these little pictures that I printed and that I'm going to use in my cover at one point, in my journal at one point. My little dog. Yeah. And that is the business card of my friend's shop that I told you about earlier, Frau Bieber. Exactly, yeah. And that is a business card that I picked up somewhere because I thought it was really pretty, but I'm honestly not sure anymore who it belongs to. And here's an old postcard of a street in Mombasa. Yeah, I just like to keep things in there because I like them. And that's it for the pockets. Now there's only this big boy left, or actually these big boys. I wanted to show you this because it's a new leather that I also added recently. I love this yellow. I think it's so nice and bright. It's perfect for summer, for sunny days. And it's the same leather as this one, just in yellow, but the same. It's the same. It's tanned in the same way as the Kahawa. And I really like this leather a lot. So this is the Kahawa, also in the Bohème style. And as you can see, it is also lined instead of having the rawhide on the inside. I think, especially on this cover, it looks very sophisticated. And I wanted to try it, and I'm glad I did, because I think it is very, very pretty. So I am currently using this one with the same setup as the small one. I have my journal in the front and a booklet for quotes in the back, and it is also the same booklets. This is also a Rhodia that I bought in A5 and cut down to B6, and this one is a Moleskine large that I cut down to B6. Yeah, and here is also just like a little booklet that I keep in there for some different kind of journaling. Also more long term. And here, as I said, is a journal that I really like because you can use it for fountain pen writing, for watercolor, whatever. And I also clipped on this little plant that I found and took home and dried. And I already told you a lot about that, and that's the reason why I currently like using this little bigger cover when I'm outside and when I'm going on walks, and then I like to collect plants, because I can stick in bigger plants in here. So I just collect them, I put them in here, I immediately press them so they don't die until I'm home and able to press them at home. So that's why currently when I'm going on a walk with my dog, for example, I used to take this one, a pocket, with me, but currently I'm taking the bigger one. I'm pretty sure that will change again once spring and summer are over, so I don't have any plants to collect, you know, so can take the smaller one with me, but to show you in comparison with the A5, there's quite a difference here, so that's why I like to take this one with me currently, and also just because it looks really cool. But let me finish showing you the setup. I also have this green folder in here. Again, there's a picture of the dog and more plans that I made dashboards with that you can just switch out. I think they're really cute. They are fun for me, and that's why I make them. There's a picture of a jay because I like these birds a lot. I'm always happy to see them. And again, I feel like a broken record, but there's a business card of my friend, there's my dog, and there's a Mansorah back in the day. Yeah. But again, you know, I think these setups are very much my personality. They reflect who I am and what I like and what makes me happy. And when you work a lot and when you have a lot to organize, I feel like it is very nice to make things a bit nicer with things that make you happy and give you joy when you pick up your cover, and it's not just, you know, not just work and not just unpleasant things, and it's not just bills to pay and orders to fulfill, but it's also like little sprinkles of happiness in between. So that's why my setups are the way they are. As I said, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. I'm going to answer them to the best of my abilities. I'm also going to leave all my contact details in the info box, and yeah, I'm also Mansorah Atelier on Instagram. I'm also going to leave that in there, and otherwise I hope you have a great day or evening or morning or whenever you're watching this, and I say thank you for watching.